Good evening. My name is Saif, and today I'm going to break down a complete roofing SEO checklist for 2026. It's going to focus entirely on what actually brings in calls, qualified leads, and appointments. What any roofer contractor would actually want. You see, the truth is that a roofing SEO is actually very different from every other industry. You don't need traffic from everywhere. You don't even need hundreds and thousands of visitors a month. What you really need is qualified homeowners in your service areas who are actually actively searching for a roofing right now for their home. And in 2026 and beyond, Google is going to be prioritizing real businesses with real location, strong trust signals, and proven local authority. So if your roofing company does not demonstrate any of these things online that I just mentioned, it's really likely that you won't show up when it actually matters the most. So for roofing SEO purpose, before anything else, your website basically needs a very solid foundation. One common mistake that I see in a lot of roofing pages is that they try to target a lot of services and locate a lot of locations and services all at the same page, and that's a really bad idea. What you should be doing instead is one core roofing service page should explain clearly who you serve, what you do, and where you operate. For instance, let's say if you're a roofing LA, you should be creating a page in LA, just for LA, roofing LA, California. That page should only be about roofing in context of LA. It should not be about Glendale or San Francisco or any other cities. It should be only be about LA. The same theory applies for the service pages as well. Roof repair, replacement, emergency, or commercial roofing. If similarly, let's say if you're a roofer who is based in LA, you should have a dedicated page for each and every services that you offer, whether that's metal roofing, asphalt shingles, tiles, roof repair, replacement, emergency, and all of it. And the most important thing is that each and every single location and service pages that you're going to build should be written uniquely as per to the city and the service. You should not be copy pasting from the same page over and over again. It's very likely that might be counted as duplicate content. And in terms of technical SEO, I would say it's really important that your page is actually fast, really fast, especially on mobile devices. And right now, with the tools and plugins that we have access to, there's really no reason why you cannot have a fast loading speed. You should have CDA buttons throughout the website, which is actually visible without scrolling, and the city and service should be mentioned above the fold, which is right when a person is going to enter the site, they're going to see the service and the city right mentioned in the hero section, along with a phone number and other trust indicators like let's say how many projects you completed, Google My Business reviews, and stuff like that. Also ensure that your HTTPS is secure with clean URLs, and also make sure that your site is actually allowed to be indexed by Google, and also make sure that AI crawl is on so that the LLMs can actually go to your site, see your content, and actually provide the user who might also be searching for your service in ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, places like that. And most importantly, and probably one of the most important, to set up your website architecture properly. So this is just a solid foundation that you need to do before you start moving on to the next process. But for any roofing company, the majority of the leads that actually going to come is not going to be from your website. It's actually going to be from your Google Map Pack. And in this case, the most in Google My Business profile, your primary category from what I've seen so far, should be set to roofing contractor, but I would still suggest that you look at your top 3 to 5 competitors who are ranking in the local pack and see what primary category they have set, and then go for that, replicate that same thing. And all the roofing services should be filled out in service texts, not just listed in text. The service area should be set accurately without trying to spam like a dozens of cities, which is also something I see that a lot of roofing companies do. Only show the areas where you can actually work. Don't try to target way too many cities at the same time. Upload like weekly photos, which shows real projects, trucks, team, and job sites. Business description should be written to which explains your core services and service areas naturally. The Google Business Profile questions and answer pre-field to control messaging. And most importantly, your name, address, and your phone number should be consistent, not just in the Google My Business Profile on your website, your Google Business Profile, and the other directory listings as well where your website is mentioned. And you can do everything right, but even after that, there's no guarantee that you're probably gonna rank until and unless your reviews are in check with your competitors. And in 2026 and beyond, like review velocity and quality directly influence both rankings and conversions. You see, any homeowner is going to be searching for a roofing company which actually looks active and credible, not someone who's stagnant. So what I would suggest is that you develop a system in your team or in your business which actually helps you to generate 5 to 10 new reviews every month. Let's say you just completed a roofing project, you should go ahead and immediately ask for a review from your customer. Let's say you probably did a project for a customer 10 years ago. I would highly suggest you go out, reach out to them, and be like, hey, remember that we did that roofing project for you 10 years ago, metal roof, how's it still doing? And get a review from there. The truth is, you need to get as many reviews as you can. And the review should actually naturally mention the city and the roofing service that you have performed, and whether the review is positive or negative, or it might sometimes even be a criticism of where you probably lack, hopefully not, still reply to them. And if possible, upload like occasional videos where possible, which can also help you with trust and engagement. So when it comes to roofing content, like it's really not about volume, it's more about relevance, clarity, and trust. As I said, like your service pages should be unique and it should include real project photos, not stock photos. It should also have before and after photos tied to specific services and location, FAQs on each services which answer the common objections that homeowners have in your service area based on the service that you're offering. Blog content should not be generic. It should be highly localized. It should focus on pricing, insurance, materials, and local conditions. Basically, target the blog content which are actually very close to the buyer intent, not like not generic blog posts. Articles should be structured with clear headings and concise answers for AI search results, which is also going to be pretty popular in this year and the years to come. If you use schema, add it to key pages to increase visibility in rich results. I just want to show you this one example of on page from one website that I just came across that I actually really like. As you can see, the H1 tag of the page is actually done pretty well. They have the CTA button over here, another CTA button over here. So, and this is the hero section of the site. So whenever a visitor is going to come to this site, they're actually going to know like where to get in touch with the company. They're showing their authority, local authority, by telling how much years of experience they have, how much projects they've completed. They have a video which actually helps you to boost your trust and engagement, and also helps you to make your page a lot more personalized. They have an about us page, which is also pretty important because these are the information that LLMs actually extract. Let's say when someone is searching for a roofer in DFW, Metroplex, or Dallas, let's say, they have photos of their crew, their truck, and if this might be a stock photo or it might even be their own photo that I can't really tell, that's for sure. But then again, from ISO's perspective, this is the H2 tag. From what I see there, which is also done, I would say pretty much it's okay. They're linking out to their services that they offer. They go into more detail about why to choose them. Why Dallas homeowners business choose CLC, which is absolutely fine thing to do. Talking about their roofing process, they are linking out to all the services that all the locations where they actually operate at. CDA button is like evenly spread throughout the site for the customer to get in touch with them. Includes an FAQ about it also has an FAQ which answers like all the common objections that let's say uh any homeowner or business owner might have regarding roofing. And most importantly, they got reviews, a lot of reviews, which actually shows that they are a real business with proper expertise in their service and in their location. And yeah, pretty much this page I would say is done pretty well. And lastly, to get in touch with them, they have a form as well, which is also done pretty well. So if there's one thing that I'll probably include in this page, that will probably be a before and after. I'll probably include more photos of the projects that they've completed before and after. And yeah, but I would say apart from that, actually pretty solid, like from an SEO perspective. Of course, there's some places that we can probably improve, but just an example of what proper roofing SEO page should actually look like. And after like creating content, just having the most optimized page and rich content on your website is actually not going to work. Backlinks still matter, but the way that you build backlinks have completely changed. The truth is right now in 2026 and beyond, quantity no longer based to relevance, and getting spam links from Fiverr for $5 is actually going to hurt your roofing site way more than you can possibly imagine. For a roofing company, in my opinion, the best links that you can get is actually from your local suppliers, manufacturers, distributors. These are absolute goldmine. Some give it for free and some you might have to pay. Membership links for chambers of commerce and trade association. Similarly, sometimes most of the links that most valuable links are something that you probably have to pay for, and sometimes you can also get it for free. Sponsorships of local events, team, and community organization, local news, features, and press mention are an absolute goldmine, and they're really hard to replicate for any competitor. Case studies and project showcases can also help you to earn national links as well. Finally, for SEO is pretty much just like any other marketing campaign, so it's really important that you're actually tracking what's going on, because if you aren't tracking because none of this will actually matter if you aren't tracking what actually produces revenue. Rankings are not what's going to pay your bills, it's going to be the calls that you're going to get and how you actually close them. So very important that you set up your Google Search Console properly and monitor regularly. Google Analytics 4 is configured properly. Call tracking system is implemented without breaking the NAP, your name, address, phone number consistency. Google My Business Insights are reviewed monthly, and there's a clear attribution between SEO traffic and the inbound calls that you are getting. In my opinion, if you follow this roofing checklist that I just mentioned right now, you're going to be way ahead of most roofing companies in the market, because from what I've seen so far, most roofing companies' website are really not that well optimized, and the same goes for the Google My Business profile. It's not really done that well. So the competition is actually a lot less than you can imagine, until and unless you're actually competing in really, really big cities. First of all, focus on being a real trusted local business, and then just let SEO just do its work and amplify the credibility. So if you want a free SEO audit or a version of this checklist, you can click the link in the description, and you can also subscribe for more roofing specific marketing breakdowns every week. And if you want to talk to me, you can book a meeting with me or Calendly link right over here, and I'll get you on the call pretty soon. Thank you.